There is no such thing as away. When we throw something away, it must go somewhere. With this saying, let me first introduce myself. I am Tamana of Creative from Adas Niketan. I would like to extend my warmest greeting to everyone present there. I feel honored and pleasure to share my view on the topic of microplastics in the air we breathe. You have probably heard of microplastic, haven't you? A tiny, nearly invisible plastic components that have seeped into our global ecosystem. 100 years ago, the first fully synthetic plastic was created and marketed to the world as a material of 1,000 uses. Since this creation, plastic invaded our home, cars and supermarket, before migrating into our ocean, drinking water, and now research shows that our atmosphere indicates that the plastic in everyday items like clothes, carpet, toys and furniture etc. are being broken down by heat, light and friction to produce airborne microplastic components. They are small enough to be inhaled into your lungs. They can be very harmful when they get into your airway. They can cause swelling and damage to your lungs, to your windpipe, make you feel mild chest pain or shortness of breath. Huge amount of plastics are being dumped in the environment, and microplastic contaminates the whole planet, from the summit of Mount Everest to the deepest ocean. And while you may have heard about the damage that microplastic have caused to the ocean, experts are now starting to find these pieces of plastic in air too. Microplastics can get into air when any plastic components get damaged, scraped and so on. For example, many pieces of polyester clothing made of plastic components are released into the air when you rub the surface of the polyester clothing. Once they are released into the surface, they are inhaled by the humans. Microplastics are major source of air pollution, encountered in the form of dust and fibrous particles, and so we don't just eat them, we are breathing them in. Microplastics are so tiny that it's easy to ingest them in food, air and water. In fact, we humans are breathing up to 7,000 microplastics every day. Microplastics have now been found in people's blood too. You might not be able to see them because they are less than 5 millimeters long. They are present everywhere. They are present in water, air, foods, animals and for sure human beings. They can take decade or more than decade to degrade completely. Imagine your life without plastic. Almost unimaginable. Whether in cosmetic packaging, clothing, toys, furniture, carpet, we use plastic every day. We are confronted by the use of plastic in every aspect of our life. Pollution of the environment with plastic and fatal consequences can be seen across the globe. So what many people do not realize is that they are the major source of air pollution, and so there's no other way to see it. We are breathing in plastics every day, and having these plastic components in our body can cause stress and change metabolism. It can affect the immunity system, the ability to fight infection, and possibly it could cause cancer. Little is yet known about the real impact of microplastic, but there's something we know for sure, that they are non-biodegradable. They can take more than 100 years to degrade completely. So avoiding plastic at any cost is very necessary, and avoiding plastic all begins by identifying how you might be using them. And lowering the exposure will help in using less plastic, and it will help us to achieve the positive environmental impact. Avoid using plastic bottles, use natural fiber, use natural floating products. Do not heat food in plastic because you are releasing more microplastic by doing so. If the right measures aren't taken, then this problem will get worse soon. As an individual, it is so important to not only reuse and recycle plastic but also to reduce them in first place, because there are more microplastics in the air than there are stars in the sky. Thank you.